Hello and welcome to another engaging episode of the Daily Dish podcast on Spice TV. I'm your host, Adeze, and joining me on today's episode is the multifaceted Uti Nwachukwu, an award-winning media personality. Uti, thank you so much for joining me on today's episode. You look amazing.
Thank you very much. Thank you too. You're glowing.
Thank you so much.
Love it.
What have you been up to, Uti?
What
Tell us.
have I not been up to? As you know, the last major thing I did was hosting the AMVCA red carpet for 10 years.
Oh, I saw it.
Are we not going to clap in the background? Background? Okay, people have to do background clap here.
No, it's just
okay. They don't know like there are 1 million people here. So yes, have a couple of movies lined up because I've not been in the Nollywood industry for a while now.
Okay, why is that though?
I was just focusing more on my presenting and hosting and all of that. Plus, I really feel you have to be mentally prepared to be in any movie production. If not, you end up just being frustrated. Right?
True.
Because it's not easy.
True.
And I wasn't there mentally, but I'm prepared now.
Now, on this channel, we talk about beauty, lifestyle, right?
Okay.
But today we're talking about a totally different topic. We're talking, we're talking social media and mental health, like the complex relationship between the two, right? I think this is the right time to talk about it because then every time I go on social media and there's just one crazy thing happening over there, right? So it's important that we talk about this topic. And who's the best person to talk about it than you?
Hey,
media man.
I just came here to look
pretty.
No,
What's
please.
All this spice? Yeah, yeah.
I want to talk about what products do you apply on your dread?
No, please. Today we're
do you wear lipstick?
Social media and
nude?
mental health. It is really, really important. I think we should really talk about it. Now, that's the big question.
Yes.
What do you think is that relationship between social media, mental health? What's your own personal opinion and your own personal experiences?
Okay, personal opinion, social media. I think social media has started to affect our mental health. So it's a double-edged sword. On one edge, it's affecting it. Another edge is bringing a lot of awareness to it. Studies have shown that there's a correlation between social media use and depression and anxiety and restlessness and low self-esteem or just an unhealthy state of being. So it's like you said, it's very important that we talk about it. And sorry, you asked another question after
your personal experience.
My expression. Yeah. Oh, so all the things I've talked about, I've experienced the very positive side of social media. And
just the positive.
No, I've experienced both edges, the positive side, but I had to be intentional about the positive side. And I've also experienced the negative side. Social media has given me anxiety in the past. Oh yes, it has.
Hasn't it? Everybody.
Oh, it has given me anxiety. It has affected my mood. It's made me a bit cantankerous. It's made me spew out words that I would later regret. It's made me in as much as I've always been a very confident person with a healthy self-esteem, it's made me sometimes question my worth. I'm like, but this is not me. Why the heck am I beginning to question my worth? And I had to snap out of it. I was lucky enough to recognize it when it started to happen. So I've experienced all of these things. I've experienced the ills and the gains of social media. And it is true. It's become a pandemic.
Yeah.
Social media has become a pandemic.
Oh, it has.
And it has also become... it's also a platform for massive healing.
True.
Depending on your intentions.
Yeah. And depending on who you choose to listen to.
Oh yes. It's about being intentional.
Exactly.
Yes.
So talking about confidence and self-esteem, have you ever been on social media and you see some things and then you feel pressured? You feel like, oh, Uti, these people are taking over.
So because like I said, I've always been a very confident person, and I've known never to compare myself to anyone. Yes, I've been in a situation where my self-esteem has been threatened, where maybe someone says or does something that makes me look at myself to be like, oh, I hope I'm not this terrible. So my own is a very strange way. It causes a lot of introspection rather than self-condemnation.
Okay.
So I'm just like, because I'm consistently trying to do better. So as other people would see maybe someone dressed in a fancy way or using this kind of car and be like, me, I don't have this, I don't have that. For me, when I see someone acting a certain way, I'll be like, Jesus, is this how I sound when I speak? Is this how I look when I act like this? So it's made me just try to be better in that I don't want to be like this. I don't want to look like you. I don't want to sound like you. I don't want to spread so much bile and hate and negativity. So that's where the comparison comes in for me. Not like this person is finer, this person is better, this person is taking over. Because if your protege does not become more successful than you, then you have failed as a mentor.
A lot of people don't see that.
For me, I like if you notice the way I support, especially people on Big Brother, I want them to do so well. I want them to become so big because that's the idea. They have to grow.
Uti, each year there is always a set of people that you're supporting.
Of course,
and it's so real, and you maintain same energy till they leave the house.
That's me, because I want you to grow. I've always had that heart. I want people to win, especially people that I like. The only thing I'm praying for God to touch my heart for is for me to also wish the people I don't like well.
I know,
because
right?
that's what Jesus asked us to do.
It is what it is.
I know, but Jesus said we have to love our enemies and pray for them. So I'm on that journey, and I've started to wish even the people that have done me bad well. And it's working, and I thank God, even though sometimes it makes me feel really small, because humbling yourself, you have to kill your ego. And until you get to that point where you're able to kill your ego, your flesh would always make you feel small. It's all vanity. It's all pride. So I'm getting over that point where humbling myself makes me feel small, because that's not a fruit of the spirit. No, you have to feel small. It's okay to feel small. No, but it's true. It's okay.
I love this side of you.
My dear.
Fantastic.
As you're getting older, you have to grow, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. So you have to be self-aware and self-confident and grateful and content enough to be comfortable in your own skin. You have to recognize the seasons in your life. And there are seasons, of course, you start to panic. If you're not self-aware enough to know that my life comes in seasons, when the quiet season comes, which is time for you to work on other things apart from your career, you start to panic. And I've been there where I'm like, hey, the jobs are not rolling in like before. Am I falling? Am I this?
Every one of us.
Do you understand?
It happens to me too.
But what I've come to understand is that when those seasons have come, it's now time for you to build on your spirit, your soul, your mind.
Start working, getting better at your craft too.
Level.
Because you never know. A bigger project might even come.
It always comes, as long as you're consistent in your work. Exactly. It will always come. And if you're not mentally and spiritually prepared for the next level, you will lose it.
True.
So when there's a quiet season, you have to do a lot of introspection, a lot of growth, and a lot of generosity practices, meditations, whatever. Generosity, service. I can't emphasize that enough.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Talking about social media once again, right? Are there healthy techniques that we can, suggest to people who are really addicted to social media? Social media addiction is a thing, right?
Oh, it's a thing. Addiction is a thing.
But social media addiction is
a very, very...
Right? There are people who cannot stay a day without scrolling. Some people sleep on some apps. TikTok, for example.
So I think moderation. I think moderation is key. I mean, social media is like a marketplace. If you ask me, sell your products, have fun, and live. And just like everything, whether it's food, whether it's sex, whether it's drugs, whether it's alcohol, whether it's television, social media is highly addictive. And once you find yourself in a position where you can't concentrate unless you go on social media, where you are restless and your body is almost itching, but I've not posted today. I've not browsed today. I've not seen what is happening. And all these things I'm saying, I've been there too, where I felt like I need to see what's happening. Like I literally would experience anxiety because I feel like I'm missing out on one information will not come. I never know. Let me see what is happening. Let me not be the last to know. I've been there in the past. The minute you find yourself, and it's not just social media, like I said, with food, sex, drugs, alcohol, whatever it is, when you find yourself not being able to function unless you do these things, then you've become addicted. Some people are even addicted to companionship. Like there are some people that cannot be alone.
They can't be alone.
They must be with someone or dating someone or whatever. So the minute you find yourself not being able to function without doing certain things, you're addicted to that thing. And you have to take sensible steps and healthy steps into freeing yourself from that. Like, for example, for me, that period, I noticed that when I would go through certain blogs, I'll start to feel down. So the first thing I did was to make sure I didn't follow them. I unfollowed all the blogs. Yes, I unfollowed all the blogs.
I don't follow
every time.
I don't follow Instablog. I don't follow all of those people.
You don't?
I don't, because I don't want to see. Because to be honest, I love taking back healthy information, right? And I noticed that once I come on those blogs, all I see is 15 people died so time, or there's a breakup
somebody's
marriages.
arguing with
There's just
someone, or
something
someone is
I
calling
don't
out
see anything
someone,
good
and then for
about
us,
those blogs.
maybe you end up on the blogs. So if you ever see my
Actually
comment
don't.
on any of those blogs, know that someone has sent me that post to be like, see you. And sometimes it irks me so much. I need to express my
You know what I
thoughts.
wanted to ask you? Must you comment? Like,
Exactly. Must you comment?
must you comment? For
You
me,
mustn't.
I'm like,
So if it doesn't directly affect me, there are two reasons why I will comment. Number one, for laughs, because like I said, I go on social media to try and spread positive energy.
Yeah.
So, or two, to defend a certain school of thought. Like if I notice that people are just talking amiss, I'm just like, what are you people doing? So I'll just drop my 2 cents there. And then you see that, if people
Under
that
that
reply,
comment.
you now see that people are still so dumb.
people,
But at the
way
same
people think.
Yes.
I see it on social media and I'm like, so people still think this
think
way?
like this in 2024. And sometimes I go on that page, on different pages, not just one blog, different blogs, someone sends me something and I see a friend's comment and I'll just screen grab it and send it to my friend and be like, are you still like this in
Bro,
2024?
can you delete it?
I don't even try to delete it. So I'll just tell you, are you still doing this? Now, them, they use their own mind to tell me, say, bro, I've deleted it. I shouldn't have done this. I should have known
Social
better.
media.
I'm like, but then this is me. That's your friend. If I wasn't your friend, maybe I was someone that was planning you evil. I would just screen grab this thing, especially if you're abroad, where they don't tolerate things like that. And I'll send it to your company. You lose your job.
Exactly.
Or you're planning to jackpot, and I know you're planning to jackpot. I will screen grab it. I will send it to all the embassies. And I'll say, look at this, because these days you want to apply for a visa, they ask for your handles.
True.
I'll say, look at what this person is posting. This person is encouraging hate, intolerance. This person is bullying. Yes. I'll say this person is a cyber bully. This person is a this, is a that, is a this, and it will affect your chances. Then you now come and say it's your village people. No, it's you. You are your own enemy from what you spew online. You have to streamline what you look at. And you have to also ask yourself this: why am I on social media? You have to have a reason for doing what you do. Why am I on social media? For me, it's because of my craft. Because of what I do.
Same here.
It's because of my
To be
craft.
honest, I don't think if I was not a media personality, I don't think
Well, I'll probably have a private account.
I'm telling you.
I'll probably have a private account. I'll probably have like probably 200 or 300 friends, maybe from school or from work.
You just have to be there.
You have to be there. And so what I post, I always tell people, look at my page. Every post is intentional.
Yeah.
I'm not just posting for the sake of attention. No. There's intention. Like, go to my page, you're either going to find 3 things. Number 1, fashion, humor, my jobs,
movie reviews,
and movie reviews. Like, it's all part of the movie reviews are part of my job. But I want my page to be a page where people come to and just feel inspired, uplifted, and they feel like they can laugh.
Yeah.
Because if you follow me and you look at my stories, I'm always posting funny and ridiculous things. And people say, where do you get these things from? Because that's my timeline. Because my time, the algorithm has seen that I like to laugh. And I like funny, ridiculous things. So you have to be intentional about why you are on social media. Do you understand?
I think the reason why people don't even do all this meditation, they feel like it's boring. They see social media as entertainment. So if I'm spending my data, I just want to be entertained. I just want to spend my whole time on social media. These other things are boring. I think that's what even makes it like more addictive, because social media is very entertaining.
It's very entertaining, but then if your personal life is entertaining, you will even forget social media. Every time I'm having real organic fun, I forget to record.
True.
I have to remind myself to record. I have to be like, oh crap, I missed this. So I'll bring it out. And after I make like 3, 4, 5 videos, I'm focused on whatever it is I'm doing. I'll just do my update and go. So people that record every single move, it's an indication that they're unhappy. They're unfulfilled. In your real life. Because how can you document
every single thing
you're
eating
doing?
their food when they're walking?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you have to have, that's why you see some comments where some people say, don't you have a life? Do you understand? You don't get work or something. But some people, social media is their work. If you're getting paid from streaming your day-to-day life, by all means, that's what you've signed up for. But don't complain where the people you're entertaining now come for your jugular. Yeah, because if you put your life out there, it's like me going on Big Brother now. And I now start complaining that the cameras were showing one compliment. I knew what I signed up for.
Exactly.
You have to be aware. And for everything you post on social media, always remember that people are watching.
True.
People are watching and it never goes away.
Now, talking about the negative, influence that it has had on so many people, there are people out there who have really been damaged by, things on social media, maybe things that they've posted in the past, things that they've said and they cannot come back from. What healing techniques do you advise for people like this?
First of all, ownership. Take ownership of whatever you've done. Take ownership. People love that honesty.
Yeah,
Take
they love when you
ownership.
say, "Oh, I apologize."
And it's not your business whether anybody wants to believe you or not, or you don't need their validation. Take ownership for you. And I've been there before. I've been, and I always go back to this when I'm advising someone, a friend of mine. I always state this. Like, I remember back in the Big Brother season where Thatcher's fans came at me, and I was so angry that I started to retort, not knowing that I wasn't insulting the fans. It was the lady herself I was insulting. I'm like, really?
Did you post that? Did you post that? Did you post anything about her?
Oh, yeah, on Twitter. Yeah, I was going back and forth with the fans.
With the fans. Oh.
Yes. So in that process, to hurt them, you now say like terrible things about who they love. Because you're supporting someone else and so they're insulting you. So I made like a huge mistake by, using some terrible words. Yeah. And I thought about it, like, wait a minute. She didn't do anything to me. It's the fans. And my friend Lydia Forson called me out and she was like, why are you doing this? Like, this babe, even if she's doing anything on TV, she's not done anything to you.
These fans can make
they'll make you crazy. So that was my own learning curve. And so when I was on my own personal healing journey in 2020, I took ownership of it. I posted a heartfelt apology, my own heartfelt apology. I didn't do it because I wanted to redeem my image. I did it because it was part of my spiritual growth. I posted. It was
sincere.
It was very sincere apology. I told her whenever we see, I would also say it in person. And the only reason I'm putting it online is because I also perpetuated the act online. So I need to do it here first.
I think that's what people should learn to do, because I don't believe in, you bash me online and then you want to.
Now come and tell me, no.
Don't hug me.
No.
Go back to that.
And apologize. And there's an apology doesn't take anything away.
Exactly.
So, and then when I saw her in real life, I tendered my apology and I said, I am really, really sorry. I should have known better, because I've been on this side of the equation before, where people just insult them because of the way my fans were speaking to them. And I don't know, like, I told her I was sorry. And she was really cool, as opposed to how people would have viewed her, to be like, if she sees him in real life, she would tell him, F you, get out. But she was really, really cool about it. She was really understanding. And she actually said, and I hope now you've learned. I said, I've learned. And then we hugged it out, and now we're cool. Like, we see each other, we're on a project in a movie, we talked, we took pictures, we are cool, at least to the best of my knowledge. And we're cool, because when we see, we're generally happy to see each other now. Even after I gave the apology, some of them were like, we never forget what you did. That's on you.
Like, I wanted to ask
find your healing.
Like, why is it that fans are the one instigating fights between two people? Even more
because it's a projection of their personal lives. If you don't have peace inside you, you can't give peace. If you don't have love inside you, can't give love. If you've not forgiven yourself for the things you've done in your past, you will not forgive anybody.
I'll give an example. Wizkid and Davido, they're just on their own living their lives, and their fans are just fighting each other. Nobody has.
Because it's not really about the fight. Is not really about the artists fighting. It's about the people fighting on behalf of them.
That's what I'm saying.
Like I said, when you have bile inside you can't produce honey. You would always spit out bile.
True.
If you vomit anything out, it will be bile. It won't be honey. So from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. So at the time where I was angry, I had a lot of anger in me. And because I have a lot of happiness, joy, playfulness, my inner child is alive. That is why most of my comments or posts online are funny and playful. Like, I don't take myself too seriously because my inner child is alive. But a lot of Nigerians are not happy. The situation of the country, the economy, some of them are living in unhealthy homes. It's projection.
It's just projection.
Some of them have not even eaten 3 times or 2 times in a day. Some of them have not been able to afford airtime. Some of them have had to do ridiculous things just to feed.
Exactly.
So that anger inside them.
Out at anybody.
And then they look at you, they feel like, this one is living the life and not suffering and going through all the things. So they need to project that. They need an outlet instead of going to therapy, because therapy is not a proper or common practice here. So a lot of Nigerians need, as long as you were born and bred here, you need therapy. We all need
What do you need
therapy.
therapy?
I started therapy in
Like-
2018.
We need
You know,
therapy.
I need to go back again because it's time to renew.
I-
You know, we need consistent
we need
therapy.
therapy. Oh.
And for you,
agree.
if you can't beat them, don't join. If you can't beat them, mute them.
Rest now.
If you can't beat them,
Unfollow.
block
if,
them.
If, yeah, exactly. If you're following a page or if you're following someone that is always biting you each time you see,
Block them. Me, I don't waste time. If even if you are following me, sometimes someone will say something, I'll be like, but you're following me. If you hate me this much, why are you following me? See, you cannot tell me what to do, or I've unfollowed. I said, good, I'll just block instantly.
Serious.
If I don't feel like talking, I'll just block. If I feel like
that
talking,
block button, I just thank God for.
it's so easy.
It's very easy.
And now you have to change your device. Because if you open another account with that same account, you can't see
Ooh,
me.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So you have to change it. So you go through that extent of creating a fake profile,
Yeah.
and you come back and insult me. It's up to you.
That's fine. Thank you so much for sharing. Now, the final one, what would be your advice, especially for the younger generation, those who are really into social media? Because, I mean, TikTok is a thing, Instagram is a thing. There's Facebook monetization now. People are doing crazy things just to get paid. You know, I see people come and then they post things that don't even exist just for them to get paid on social media, right? And then, you know, some of these payments, they come in dollars and they're like, oh, I just want to do this and earn more. Just like you said, the situation of the country could affect people and all of that. Now, what would be advice to the younger generation who are coming up and, you know, all they know now is social media? Because TV is not even a thing compared to, you know, back in the
Our
days.
time,
when-
it was
exactly.
TV.
Our
It was
time, it was
TV.
TV. You know, you could regulate what your children watch and all of that. But now, anybody who has access to a phone has access to every kind of information. So what would be advice to these young people?
Who? First of all, I just pray that these young people have sensible parents, because
Yeah.
a lot of unreasonable adults that we are seeing now would actually become even more unreasonable parents.
I'm telling you,
So,
it's a challenge.
back in the day, you know, when our parents would say, oh, who is this friend? Who is their father? Who is their mother? We would think that they were such snobs. But no, you're trying to know the kind of children that they have raised.
You know, we always used to think our parents were wicked.
Yes. Now, why are
they're
you
doing
asking
great
about who is his father, who is his
things.
mother? Because you don't want your child to be friends with a child that comes from a home where there's wickedness as
True.
their practice, you know.
True.
Because a lot of people I see now, I'm like, if you give birth tomorrow and I have my kids, I would never let my kids, I would never willingly let my kids go and play with your kids, because I don't know what's in that your house.
Yeah.
I don't know the jealousy. You jealous me that you want to harm my child.
Yeah.
That happens a lot.
Yeah.
You know, so I'd say hopefully,
Yeah.
first of all, if you have reasonable parents, God has blessed you. Same to your parents. The
That's
parents,
where it starts from.
absolutely, yes, it
From
starts.
family.
It starts from the home. It starts from the house. And I every day appreciate the kind of parents I have. You know.
Now, speaking of parents, let's also talk about the government and the role of government in social media regulation. What do you think about that?
So before I was very much against it, because I thought it was just their way of
Because I wanted to pass that
trying
bill.
to silence. I'm
Yeah.
like, no, don't silence us. But now I'm like, ooh.
With the way things
go
are going.
ahead and pass that bill real
With the way
quick.
things are
The way
going,
things are going, the country's getting out.
I'm
of
telling
hand.
you.
So for me, the only problem I have with it now with the government, I'm like, I hope this is not going to be an agenda of trying to silence the truth. Because you should let people.
What is the bill going to be
speak
about?
the truth, or trying to cover up your shenanigans. I'm totally against that. To silence people because you don't want people to know the truth and what is really happening behind closed doors. That's the double-edged.
Exactly.
you know,
So if you're
sword
taking
of
it, are we going to
social
take
media
that as well?
regulation. Yes, because the minute they start to silence one, because I mean,
Some other things
if
are
you
going to
look
be
at-
silenced.
Yes, if you look at if you look at security in the country, it started from okay, they are putting agents of the law on the streets to check criminals and all of that, but then it turned to billing.
True.
And it turned to kidnapping.
Yeah.
It turned to extortion. So within our country, I don't know, there's always that double-edged sword of every platform that is supposed to help us. So the thing about it, I just wish that they don't start to use it for their own selfish agendas. If they're able to keep their selfish agendas aside, then
I think it's
going
going to be a good thing.
Social media has to be regulated because
has to
people
be.
need to learn that they can't just set ring lights and just spew
I'm tired.
whatever it is that
I'm
they want to.
I'm tired.
Like,
Honestly.
Yes,
It's
there
becoming
are people
tiring.
just making
Because people are just consuming every sort of
Like,
information out.
they need to regulate it to the point where you can't just come online and say whatever you want about
True.
anyone or
Yeah.
anything. You have to fact check. You have to be very aware of the consequences of your words and actions. And some things should just not be allowed online.
True.
Period.
True.
You know, I just wish that that's what it could be used for, to help mental health, to help people improve on the state of their mental health, to check bullying, to check trolling, to check defamation, to check all of that, and fraud and all those things. I really do wish that.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Because
that happens.
Yeah, if that's what happens, I'm all for it.
I'm all for it too.
Let them just not silence the truth.
I know.
Don't silence the truth, y'all.
I know. Uti, it's been wonderful having you on today's podcast. Thank you for speaking your truth. Thank you for sharing so much with us today. I really had fun on this set.
Thank you. Thank you. I did.
Me, I learned a lot too from you.
I did.
Like I said, from pastor, you don't motivational speaker. You don't even advise me.
Aspire to acquire to inspire.
Listen, you know. Thank you so much for sharing. And I think social media is just one thing that is good, and it has its own bad side as well.
Yeah.
So it's left for you, the consumer, to choose. Pay attention and choose.
Education is key.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a lot of education on social media.
A lot. There's too much to learn.
A lot.
Thank you so much, Uti, once again for joining us, and thank you so much for sharing this with us. That's it for us on today's episode of the Daily Dish podcast on Spice TV. And don't forget, stay healthy. Until next time, do have a lovely time. Bye.